Welcome to our comprehensive guide on CompTIA Security Plus interview questions designed specifically for entry-level cybersecurity professionals. Security Plus is one of the most recognized certifications in the cybersecurity industry, validating foundational knowledge that employers actively seek. Today, we'll cover 5 core areas that frequently appear in interviews. Network security focuses on protecting data in transit and securing network infrastructure. Compliance and governance deals with regulatory requirements and organizational policies. Threat analysis involves identifying and understanding various attack vectors. Vulnerability management covers the process of finding and addressing system weaknesses. Security fundamentals encompasses the basic principles that form the foundation of all cybersecurity practices. These topics represent essential concepts, practical scenarios, industry standards, risk assessment methodologies, and security controls that every aspiring cybersecurity professional should master. Network security forms the backbone of cybersecurity defense, and interviewers frequently test candidates' understanding of fundamental concepts. The first common question asks about the difference between symmetric and asymmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption uses the same key for both encryption and decryption, making it faster but requiring secure key distribution. Asymmetric encryption uses a pair of keys, public and private, where data encrypted with one key can only be decrypted with the other. This solves the key distribution problem, but operates more slowly than symmetric methods. The second question focuses on firewalls, which act as barriers between trusted internal networks and untrusted external networks. Firewalls examine incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules, blocking or allowing data packets accordingly. They can be hardware-based, software-based, or a combination of both, serving as the first line of defense against network-based attacks. Understanding network protocols and their associated port numbers is crucial for cybersecurity professionals, as this knowledge directly impacts network security and threat detection. Secure protocols provide encrypted communication channels. HTTPS operates on port 443 and encrypts web traffic using SSL or TLS protocols. SSH uses port 22 for secure remote administration and file transfers. SFTP also uses port 22, providing secure file transfer capabilities over SSH. IMAPS runs on port 993, offering encrypted email retrieval. In contrast, standard protocols transmit data without encryption. HTTP uses port 80 for unencrypted web communication, making it vulnerable to eavesdropping. FTP operates on port 21 for file transfers, but sends credentials in plain text. Telnet uses port 23 for remote terminal access, but lacks encryption entirely. SMTP runs on port 25 for email transmission, but doesn't encrypt message content by default. Understanding these differences helps security professionals identify potential vulnerabilities and implement appropriate protective measures. Cybersecurity professionals must understand various threat types to effectively defend against attacks. Malware represents malicious software designed to damage, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems. Common malware types include viruses that replicate and spread to other files, Trojans that disguise themselves as legitimate software while performing malicious activities, ransomware that encrypts user data and demands payment for decryption, and spyware that secretly monitors user activities and steals sensitive information. Social engineering attacks target human psychology rather than technical vulnerabilities, manipulating people into divulging confidential information or performing actions that compromise security. Phishing involves fraudulent emails or messages that appear to come from trusted sources, tricking users into revealing passwords or personal information. Pretexting creates fabricated scenarios to extract information, while baiting offers something enticing to trigger curiosity and lead to malware installation. Tailgating exploits physical security by following authorized personnel through secure doors without proper credentials. Vulnerabilities represent weaknesses in systems that attackers can exploit, and understanding them is essential for effective cybersecurity defense. Software flaws constitute a major category of vulnerabilities. Buffer overflow occurs when programs write more data to memory buffers than they can hold, potentially allowing attackers to execute malicious code or crash systems. SQL injection attacks exploit poorly designed database queries by inserting malicious SQL commands through user input fields, potentially granting unauthorized database access. Cross-site scripting, or XSS, involves injecting malicious scripts into web applications that execute in users' browsers, potentially stealing session cookies or sensitive data. Configuration issues represent another significant vulnerability category. Default passwords remain unchanged from vendor-supplied credentials, providing easy access for attackers who know common default combinations. Unpatched systems lack critical security updates, leaving them exposed to known exploits that patches would have addressed. Open services run unnecessary network services that expand the attack surface, providing additional entry points for potential intruders. Regular vulnerability assessments and proper configuration management help organizations identify and address these weaknesses before they can be exploited. Compliance and governance form critical aspects of cybersecurity that ensure organizations meet legal and regulatory requirements while following established best practices. Interview question 3 asks about the difference between PCI DSS and HIPAA compliance requirements. Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, or PCI DSS, applies to organizations that handle credit card information, requiring specific security measures to protect cardholder data, including network security, access controls, and regular security testing. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA, governs healthcare organizations and requires protection of patient health information through administrative, physical, and technical safeguards. Interview question 4 focuses on the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, a comprehensive approach to managing cybersecurity risks. The framework consists of 5 core functions that work together in a continuous cycle. Identify involves understanding organizational assets, risks, and vulnerabilities. Protect implements safeguards to secure critical services and data. Detect establishes monitoring capabilities to identify cybersecurity events. Respond develops response plans for detected incidents. Recover maintains resilience and restoration capabilities to return to normal operations after incidents. Security controls provide the mechanisms organizations use to protect their assets and can be categorized into 3 main types. Administrative controls involve people and processes that govern security practices. Security policies establish written rules and procedures that define acceptable behavior and security requirements throughout the organization. Security training provides employee awareness programs that educate staff about security threats, proper procedures, and their role in maintaining organizational security. Access reviews involve periodic permission audits that ensure users maintain only the access levels necessary for their job functions, removing unnecessary privileges that could pose security risks. Technical controls use technology to protect systems and data. Encryption protects information through cryptographic methods that render data unreadable without proper decryption keys, securing both stored data and data in transit. Access controls implement authentication and authorization mechanisms that verify user identities and determine what resources they can access. Monitoring establishes system and network surveillance capabilities that track activities, detect anomalies, and provide alerts when suspicious behavior occurs. Physical controls protect the tangible assets and facilities where systems operate, including locked server rooms, security cameras, and environmental controls that maintain proper operating conditions. Risk management forms a fundamental aspect of cybersecurity that helps organizations make informed decisions about protecting their assets. Interview question 5 addresses risk calculation using the fundamental formula, where risk equals threat times vulnerability times asset value. This quantitative approach helps organizations prioritize their security efforts by identifying which risks pose the greatest potential impact. Risk can also be expressed as probability times impact, representing the likelihood of an event occurring multiplied by the consequences if it does happen. Interview question 6 covers the 4 main risk response strategies that organizations can employ. Accept means acknowledging the risk exists, but choosing to take no action, typically when the cost of mitigation exceeds the potential loss. Avoid involves eliminating the risk entirely by removing the source or changing processes to prevent exposure. Transfer shifts the risk to another party, commonly through insurance or outsourcing arrangements where the third party assumes responsibility. Mitigate reduces the likelihood or impact of the risk through implementing controls, safeguards, or countermeasures. Organizations typically use a combination of these strategies to create comprehensive risk management programs that balance security needs with operational requirements and budget constraints. Authentication and access control ensure that only authorized individuals can access organizational resources and that they receive appropriate levels of access. Authentication factors verify user identity through 3 main categories. Something you know includes passwords, PINs, and passphrases that rely on information the user memorizes. Something you have encompasses tokens, smart cards, and mobile devices that serve as physical proof of identity. Something you are involves biometric characteristics like fingerprints, retina scans, and facial recognition that use unique physical traits for identification. Multi-factor authentication combines 2 or more of these factors to provide stronger security than any single method alone. Access control models determine how permissions are granted and managed within organizations. Discretionary access control, or DAC, allows resource owners to control who can access their resources, providing flexibility but potentially inconsistent security policies. Mandatory access control, or MAC, uses system-enforced security labels and classifications to control access based on predetermined rules, providing high security but reduced flexibility. Role-based access control, or RBAC, assigns permissions based on job functions and organizational roles, simplifying administration while ensuring users receive appropriate access levels for their responsibilities. Mastering these foundational cybersecurity concepts prepares entry-level professionals for successful security, plus interviews and career advancement in the cybersecurity field. Effective study strategies involve more than memorizing technical definitions. Practice explaining complex technical concepts in simple, understandable terms that demonstrate true comprehension rather than rote memorization. Prepare real-world examples that illustrate how these concepts apply in actual business environments, showing interviewers that you can connect theory to practical applications. Develop scenarios that demonstrate your problem-solving abilities and critical thinking skills when faced with security challenges. Building hands-on experience with security tools and technologies reinforces theoretical knowledge and provides concrete examples to discuss during interviews. Stay current with industry trends, emerging threats, and evolving security practices by following reputable cybersecurity publications, attending webinars, and participating in professional communities. This combination of solid foundational knowledge, practical experience, and current industry awareness positions candidates for success in security plus interviews and provides the groundwork for long-term career growth in cybersecurity. Remember that cybersecurity is a field that requires continuous learning and adaptation as threats and technologies evolve.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.